At the end of each program cycle, you'll receive an end-of-cycle report. This report provides an overall final assessment of your laboratory performance for each reported analyte relative to the participating laboratories. The report consists of 4 parts: a cover sheet, cycle data on file report, analyte summary report, and a mean z-score report. Let's look at these in more detail. The first page of the end-of-cycle report is a cover sheet. The exceptions section lists analytes with fewer than 9 results reported for the cycle. Although the end-of-cycle report will provide some statistical analysis, it's highly recommended that each laboratory submits at least 9 results per analyte per cycle. The EQAS news section provides information, reminders, and news about the EQAS program. The customer information lists your BIORAD lab number, contact information, and address. The second section of the end-of-cycle report is a cycle data on file report. This report is similar to the sample report's data on file report, but the end-of-cycle report will reflect the recalculated statistics with late and amended data included in the dataset. Due to this recalculation, your evaluation might be different from the sample statistics. This report provides a summary of all data submitted for all samples in the cycle, sorted alphabetically by instrument. There's a column for each sample and includes any exceptions for the sample results. Use the exception legend to determine the meaning of the symbols and highlighted results. Numbers highlighted in yellow have a z-score greater than 2.0 and less than 3.0. Numbers highlighted in red have a z-score greater than or equal to 3.0. This symbol is used to denote a non-robust determination of mean and SD. The late symbol displayed in the top header indicates all sample results were received late. The third section of the end-of-cycle report is made up of the Analyte Reports. A separate page is provided for each registered analyte. Let's zoom in on the analyte statistics table. The samples are grouped by batch. A batch typically consists of 3 samples with the same concentration per analyte. You can review your results for each sample number associated to a batch: comparator mean, comparator, your lab's z-score, your batch z-score, and reference values, if applicable. Exceptions are also indicated in the lab results section. The 12 sample statistics are recalculated at the end of cycle, with late and amended data included. This means that some statistics may have changed in comparison to the initial sample report. It's possible that results that were previously within acceptable limits in the sample report are now flagged in the end-of-cycle report, or vice versa. Now let's take a look at the summary of the cycle's comparative statistics. This table provides the mean, SD, CV, uncertainty of the mean, and mean bias expressed as % for your peer, your method, all results, or mode. If all results has a multimodal distribution of data, results are separated into different modes. All 4 batches are represented in this section. You can also examine how your z-score for each batch compares to that of your peer, method, all results, or mode by looking at the histogram for each batch. The symbol next to the Your Result identifies your comparator. You're compared to your peer if there are a minimum of 27 reported results for the batch. If less than 27 results are reported, your comparator will be the method. If less than 27 reported results are received for the method, you'll be compared to all results or mode. The number of participants in the tallest bar in each histogram is displayed to the left of the graph at the start of the dashed horizontal line. Where your result falls in each z-score histogram is displayed with an arrow. The histogram will display the batch z-score along the x-axis under the chart with a range of -3.0 to +3.0. All values smaller than -3.0 or larger than +3.0 will be compressed into the 3.0 limit. The report also includes a regression line analysis versus a comparator chart, be it peer, method, or mode. All your individual sample results are plotted in the vertical y-axis against the comparator mean values in the horizontal x-axis. The ideal fit line is presented as a dashed line with an ideal slope of 1. The solid lines represent a 10% deviation of the ideal fit. The top legend displays the regression line slope, intercept, and correlation coefficient for your results compared to the comparator, displayed in the chart title. 95% confidence intervals for both slope and intercept are also provided. The method regression slope, intercept, and correlation coefficient are also displayed in the top legend, but not presented in the graph. Finally, the bottom of each report can be used to document comments, reviewer name, and date. The final section of the end-of-cycle report is the mean z-score report. This report lists registered analytes alphabetically by instrument. Let's zoom in on an instrument. The table shows your mean z-score, your percentile, and the mean z-score distribution. The mean z-score are plotted on a line with 10, 50, and 90% values displayed. A lower percentile represents better performance compared to your comparator group. For more information on percentile distribution, or mean z-score, please consult the glossary or the EQAS user guide. Let's zoom back out and take a look at the bottom of the report. The two histograms show a national and worldwide performance score. The score is calculated by creating an overall mean z-score across all samples and analytes for the lab. The laboratory's performance score is penalized for late and amended results. Finally, the national and worldwide distribution is divided into 5 groups, quintiles, with the lowest and best scores at the left side. An arrow indicates the position of your laboratory score in this distribution. The numbers on top of the bars represent the number of labs presented in this quintile. Now that you understand the content of the end-of-cycle report, let's look at how it can be interpreted. Begin with the cover sheet. The exceptions section lists analytes with fewer than 9 results reported on the same test configuration for the cycle. Although the end-of-cycle report will provide some statistical analysis, it's highly recommended that each laboratory submits at least 9 results per analyte per cycle. Please consider this for these analytes when interpreting these reports. Next, review the data on file report. This report is similar to the sample report's data on file report, but the end-of-cycle report will reflect the recalculated statistics with late and amended results included in the dataset. Due to this recalculation, your evaluation might be different from the sample statistics. Review the cycle data on file report and look for any consistent exceptions across multiple samples. This could indicate a systematic problem. It could also be due to incorrect configuration of the test and will lead to incorrect comparison. Look for exceptions within one sample. Are the majority of my results flagged? This could indicate a problem with this specific sample. Reconstitution, dilution, Storage, wrong sample. If multiple identical analytes and units are displayed in this report for the same instrument, this might reflect a change in configuration, method, reagent, during the cycle. This report groups your results by replicate samples or concentrations displayed as batches. There are 4 batches in every cycle. Do the replicate samples agree? Are my batch statistics comparable? Or do we see significant differences between the different batches? You can visualize this in the regression line analysis. You can add any comments in the bottom sections of the report.